He played straight, which was refreshing to see. It's like, okay, you didn't give me Eddie Murphy. It was very toned down. It was very like, oh, okay, this is a character choice that you chose, which was refreshing to see.
It was.
But let me tell you why I think I'm too woke for Candy Cane Lane.
Oh, give it to me. I'm waiting.
I'm too spiritually woke. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I felt like this is demonic. Hey family, welcome back to another episode of Nice Watch. I am your co-host, Ernestine Morrison.
And I am your other host, Karan Joseph Riley. What up, though?
And Merry Christmas for those who celebrate. Happy New Year for those who celebrate that. Because you gotta be sensitive these days. Some people don't do New Year, some people don't do Christmas. Yeah, happy holidays to everybody.
I always say happy, restful, and rejuvenative time of
family
year.
Time.
Yeah, like
happy family week.
Season. Like this is a season. Like I'm starting to really think in the terms of just everything in life is seasonal. And I'm just thinking more of in the way of nature. Like fall, spring, summer, winter.
Well, happy winter week.
Happy winter.
This was a great winter week. Well, some of us got to eat good and open gifts. Some of us just stayed home. But again, if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. This was a phenomenal week. And we watched a bunch of Christmas movies this week.
Well, I watch my staple every year just to kind of that's kind of how I feel, the laughter and I love a really funny Christmas movie. You know what I'm saying? Like all of my movies except one is not, Diehard. I'm just gonna drop it out the bag. Diehard is one of my top 5. EJ got her top 5. I got my 5. Is gonna give a short. So top 10.
We said we were gonna come together and give our top Christmas movies this week. We put it on Instagram. If you guys are in the chat right now, put what is your favorite Christmas movie to watch during this time of season, or your favorite holiday movie, or if it's not really a Christmas movie but you think it's a Christmas movie and you like watching it during Christmas time, go ahead and drop it in the comment box right now.
Yeah, and being an actor who's done quite a few Christmas movies.
Karan is Mr. Christmas movie.
Mr. Christmas,
If you have not seen Karan's Christmas, how many have you done now?
It's about 15. 15 according to the IMDb.
You've done 15 Christmas movies?
Yeah.
How the heck have you done 15 Christmas movies?
Hey, I just looked on IMDb. I don't know.
I've never done one Christmas movie. You've done 15?
15.
Why don't y'all call me in for Christmas movies? I don't get it.
Because you don't like them like that.
Am I not in the Christmas? Do I not give off Christmas spirit?
You know what though, EJ? I think you do. I think you give it off so effervescently and so consistently that I think people are probably like, that's too easy for her.
No, maybe
being
that's
that
it.
bubbly. You always in Christmas. To me, you are the representation of what it really means.
Literally always high energy.
Yeah, high energy. You're gonna give. You give so much love, so much energy to your family, to your friends, to basically anybody that you cross in the street. I've never seen you not give love to anybody. So you are the epitome of the holiday season. So we don't need movies from you, EJ. We just keep watching your Instagram feed.
We need movies.
Well, not Christmas movies technically, unless you want to get into that genre, because I'll be producing one this year actually called Mr. Christmas.
Oh, you know what? I did one that you produced.
You did do a Christmas movie that I produced.
Something Lane.
Christmas Switch.
Yeah, I did do a Christmas movie. I never saw that one. Where did that one go?
You haven't sold it yet. Still waiting on my EP.
The life of being an actor. Sometimes you do movies and you never see them.
Yeah, that's why I said I looked at IMDb. Some of them I think all mine came out, but part of the 2 I produced myself is in that 15.
Okay.
So that's.
But you have, how many do you have that actually came out? You have a bunch.
Yeah, I think about 11 or 12.
About 11 or 12. Karan has 11 or 12 Christmas movies that you can actually go watch right now. Yeah. Pull up Karan Joseph Riley on IMDb. See where his Christmas movies are, because he is Mr. Christmas. I don't know anyone who's done more Christmas movies than Karan Joseph Riley.
Right. And speaking of somebody who's a legend in the game and who's done his first Christmas movie, which is the movie we watched collectively this week.
Woo, woo.
Candy Cane Lane,
with
starring
Mr.
the GOAT.
Eddie Murphy.
What? Say Mr. Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, we gotta put a Mr. on that.
We should give him like Sir now. Like, you know how they do like Night You or something?
Right.
Like Eddie's up in that level now at this point.
Sure.
But this was his first Christmas movie, y'all. Out of all of his work, out of the things he's done, this is his first Christmas movie. And what did you think?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
So I watched Candy Cane Lane.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I obviously watched it for Eddie Murphy, but I really watched it because DC Young Fly was in it. Shout out to DC Young Fly.
Shout out to DC Young Fly. I was gonna get to that, but yes, our homeboy
my
DC
guy,
is in the building. A major move. This is a major move. DC is making some major moves. We'll sidebar on that later.
Yeah, so I really wanted to watch it because DC's in it, and You know what? I think that I am too woke now to watch certain movies. Because the movie was good, and I love me some Tracy Ellis Ross. Shout out to you, girl.
Tracy Ellis plays the wife.
Yes.
And always good to see our girl doing her thing.
Tracy Ellis Ross played an amazing role. Of course, it was cool to see Eddie Murphy in this role. He was toned down.
But he was so Eddie. I mean, he's a masterclass and just...
He was just toned down, though.
Yeah, it was, because he has so many funny people around him. He actually played more to straight in this movie.
He did. He played straight, which was refreshing to see. It's like, okay, you didn't give me Eddie Murphy. It was very toned down. It was very like, oh, okay, this is a character choice that you chose, which was refreshing to see.
It was.
But let me tell you why I think I'm too woke for Candy Cane Lane.
Oh, give it to me. I'm waiting.
I'm too spiritually woke. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I felt like this is demonic. Like that elf who was running the shop, she was Satan.
Yeah, she was doing some things.
And it
with
was like,
souls.
yeah, she used to be Santa's favorite elf, and then she was demoted. It's like, yeah, who was God's favorite angel? And then
so
Lucifer.
So saith.
It was definitely, I started watching it and I'm like, am I high? Because I feel like this is demonic. I couldn't even really enjoy it as a Christmas film. I didn't feel the Christmas joy because it just felt dark.
Right.
It felt dark. The little figurines talking, and one of them was kind of like out there.
Yeah, he was out there.
Yeah, and then the elf who put it all together and was like pulling the strings behind.
Was hilarious, though.
She like had red nails and like had the red accents. I'm like, oh, this is demonic. This represents the devil.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
there's it was a good movie, but it was definitely.
And there's pockets of the world that think Christmas itself is a very demonic holiday. I mean,
yeah. Well, if you study the
of
origins,
people. I mean, if you know the origins, if you study the origins of anything that this world celebrates, it's pretty messed up.
Demonic.
It's pretty messed up.
Yeah,
it's pretty messed up. Sure. It's been twisted. It's been capitalized. It's been taken spiritually in a way that it wasn't really intended to be.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna go into the deepness of what we talked about previously on this thing right now, but it's just not accurate.
Yeah.
Anything that they've given us and told us, keep it there. It's just not accurate.
Well, taking it back to Candy Cane Lane.
Stay on Candy Cane Lane.
Taking it back to Candy Cane Lane. Shout out to Eddie Murphy.
Shout out to Eddie Murphy, Tracy Ellis Ross.
David
Allen Greer.
Oh, David Allen Greer.
That was so good to see
yes,
him,
it was
right?
so good to see him.
Yeah.
And the daughter I love the daughter. She played a good role.
Yes, she did. Do we have her name?
I don't, but I can
probably don't have her name.
I like to know people's names.
I
And
do
let me
too.
give her the shine she deserves.
I'm in my earpiece now, getting it from our producers in the sound booth. We're coming with it right away.
Coming with it right now.
Here it comes. It's coming in my earpiece. You guys don't see it, but it's in there. And this
her
is a
name is, oh my God, come on.
Podcast that Ernestine and I do here. So we understand. We do our research. We had it. Candy Cane Lane coming up.
Yes. Her name was Ganea Walton.
You're just giving the whole cast now to be talking about. I'm just giving everybody.
Okay, so Jillian Bell, who played Pepper. First of all, shout out to you, Jillian Bell, because she really did play an amazing role. That like kind of sadistic elf, like she played the hell out of that role.
She did.
And she had so many moments where I'm like, oh, she's acting her tail off.
Oh no,
she was in
hilarious.
it.
Oh yeah, she was
in it. She dropped into that character.
She had fun with it. You could tell everybody had. I guess that's really my overall take for the movie. Like, I get what you're saying on the different messages and everything. Everything has messaging. I think certain times we have to put that down and just kind of just take the moment and be entertained. Entertainment wise, I was entertained. I thought
it was a dope concept.
Yeah.
Like to have this Candy Cane Lane competition every year, but then this year all of a sudden the stakes are raised because there's $100,000 at stake. That was a great shout out to the writers. That was a great concept.
That's how you raise the stakes of anything. Make the stakes up. Make it make sense. $100,000.
How come I didn't think of that concept?
You did. They didn't think of it either. They just took something that already been reworked and reworked it. Like,
was Candy Cane Lane a remake?
No, everything's a remake, EJ. There's nothing new under the sun.
Well, I've never seen that concept before.
Trust me, you don't watch a lot of Christmas movies.
That's a fact.
So you've seen it in some shape, fashion, or form.
But with the $100,000 award, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. What's funny is I give you something that they kind of even took it from one of my top 5, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
They had the whole decorate the house thing. Was a staple part, was a story point in that movie. And he had to get the lights on, and it was like a thing that he did every year to like show up the neighborhood and all this.
Yeah.
Lights didn't work. He had the whole family come out, drum roll, please, blah, 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 and nothing happened. So now he spends half the day on next 2 days while his family in the house working on these lights. Finally, we got the lights on. So many lights on the house. He drained the whole power grid in the city.
Hilarious.
The neighbors next door, which is Julia Dreyfus, which is probably her first role as an actress. Her and her neighbor, her husband, are just going crazy because the light. This might be one of the funniest Christmas movies ever.
Okay,
National
so I have to
Lampoon's
put
Christmas
that.
Vacation.
It's a nice watch.
It's a nice watch.
Okay, I have to put that on my nice watch
But
list.
every trope, everything that's coming out has been done, seen, and I always love the originality of the actors, which make it original.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Eddie played it very
he was
straight.
different in this film.
You know what I'm saying? It was a refreshing. Everybody else had to bring the comedy, which they did. Everybody did their thing as far as
absolutely
hitting their beats. Like you said, homegirl who played the elf, she was on fire. She was
on fire.
She was the lead.
She was my favorite.
Yeah, her and Eddie was the top two. You know what I'm saying? So they did a good job. And this was Amazon's one of their most watched.
I saw that.
Movies of all time on their platform. So, shout out to
Eddie Murphy doing his first Christmas movie.
Still killing
Come out the gate swinging, box office. Yeah.
And we got to get ready. I'm excited to see Eddie in Beverly Hills Cop coming to Netflix this summer.
Yes. Did they finish shooting it already?
Yeah, it's done.
Okay.
It's just now they're starting to run the advertisements, and it's looking like it's about to be a interesting note. It just came to me about Beverly Hills Cop 4. Eddie was very specific about making the script not be funny. Make it a drama and let me make it what it is.
Right.
And that's how the originals were too. Like nobody in the movie was funny.
So supposed to be
Eddie.
funny. Right.
And it was all in the real world that they wrote and created. And he just brought the natural comedy from that real place of the real world.
Yeah.
Which was brilliant to me. Like they talk about the early scripts for the first Beverly Hills Cop was trying to be funny. Eddie was like, nah, that's not gonna work.
That's not it.
And note to all actors in the game, the funny's on the page. Let it be there and just make it be truthful, and the funny will happen. You see, sometimes actors,
like don't play the funny. I hate when I see
funny.
someone playing the funny or playing the sad. Just be and let it come. Let the funny come. Let the sad come. If you just stay present in the scene as an actor, the thing will come. You don't have to force it. I mean, it's really just like life. This is why I love being an actor, because everything about acting you could just relate to real life. Don't play into it. Just let it come.
Just flow. Rhyme. Just flow. Play.
My mom used to say, when you get a new handbag or you get something new, don't tell everybody. Just let them notice it.
Right.
You don't have to say, hey guys, I got a new backpack.
Yeah.
Just let them notice it.
Let them notice it.
Yeah, let it be. Just be.
Just
see you shining. They gonna see you shine.
Bruce Lee's famous quote is, be like water, my friend.
Yeah.
And that's really it is. As an actor, you got to be like water. You got to be able to flow with the flow. Like, and that's the best actors in the world. They don't, we study, we rehearse, we get our things in our mind, but when we get to set, you got to let it all go, because I might have been in my mind reading this scene one way. Then I'm in the scene with Ernestine now. She's about to give me a whole different energy.
Yeah.
And that's going to change everything I'm doing, because when that energy comes to me, it transmutes in here and I got to send it back to you.
Yeah.
And vice versa. So what I done thought the scene was, you might have had a whole different idea, and now that idea becomes that scene versus on what who can get their point across in that scene. And I think that's where the magic is. That's where the originality is. That's why casting is, again, so important.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go to my number one. I'm gonna go straight to my number one.
So your number one movie?
My number one, and this is probably cliche, but it really, to me, nothing tops it.
Well, I think it might be just cliche for Ernestine, but not.
I think A Christmas Story is my favorite movie. It's my favorite Christmas movie.
Right.
I watch it every year, multiple times a year. Sometimes I watch A Christmas Story even when it's not around Christmas time, because I just love the concept. I love Richie. I love how he really wanted that BB gun. I love when the guy got his tongue stuck to the pole. I love that film. I love the lamp with the leg. And that's a classic scene that's never, ever going to be erased from my mind. And it's a feeling of just like childhood nostalgia when I watch that film.
I
so
agree.
That is my favorite Christmas movie, A Christmas Story.
I love that because I will say that movie did teach me a valuable lesson.
Yeah.
Don't stick your tongue on a wet pole outside in the wintertime. That will end badly for you.
It will end badly for you.
Very badly. And that lesson, it was what I learned from that movie. I didn't have to experience it.
No, but secretly, I've always wanted to put my tongue on a cold pole. And then
I tricked somebody to do it.
Just to see what it would do.
I did. I tricked one of my friends back when we were younger. After I saw that movie, they hadn't. So I was like, yo, let's see if this really works. And lo and behold, I was like, ooh.
And then what do you have to do? Just put hot water?
Yeah, you're supposed to put hot water, but we were outside on the playground in Detroit. So
that really worked?
Yeah, no, he had a burn when we ripped it off. And now his tongue was like...
Y'all ripped it off? How come y'all didn't just get some water?
Because we didn't know. At that time, I was just like, yo, we outside.
Oh, God.
We were kids. I think I was in third grade.
He's probably still scarred.
No, he's not. I mean, he's been my friend since third grade. Like,
okay.
Like anybody that's been that much of a friend of me that long, they didn't been... I try to scar them a lot.
Okay.
Just over like, because we know how we are. We just jones the heck out of each other. For
sure, all day, every
so
day.
It was worse. We were little coming up in that movie. I remember that. And I was like, yeah, don't do that. Don't stick your tongue on a pole outside.
A frozen pole outside. But that movie, I swear, every little kid probably has thought about doing that because of that movie.
I had thought about it too. I was like, that's interesting to see to do. Okay. Nope. Okay. Didn't work out too well. So, okay. So what's your other 3 or 4?
Christmas with the Crunks.
Christmas with the Cranks? Cranks or Cranks?
Was it Crunks?
Cranks. I think it's Cranks.
Christmas with the...
Cranks.
Hold on.
Maybe
Cranks. Christmas with the Cranks.
Yeah.
No, I think it was Christmas with the Crunks.
Crunks or Cranks?
Cranks.
I feel like Cranks.
Yeah. Christmas with the Cranks. Tim Allen, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, hilarious.
Love that film. They're like, hilarious. We're not doing Christmas this year. It's just going to be us. And then the daughter comes home and they have to plan Christmas last minute. And all these things take place and happen. So I just thought it's a really feel good movie. Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis had phenomenal chemistry.
Tim Allen's amazing.
Yeah, they're both at the top of their game.
Tim the two-man Taylor. Y'all got to check him out. Great comedic actor.
Very great comedic.
And now he plays Santa Claus. He plays the Santa Claus in a new Christmas series.
Oh, okay.
And that actually got honorable mention for me in one of my top movies. Was the first Santa Claus that he played. Santa Claus.
What film was that?
It was called Santa Claus.
It was just Santa Claus,
yeah,
right?
Then they did a whole list of them. Like,
now he's done a bunch of Christmas films.
Oh
yeah, yes,
yeah. Tim
but
Allen.
Christmas with the Cranks is my top 5.
They got a series for the Santa Claus too now. Like on Amazon, they got an actual weekly series based around that movie
with Tim Allen.
Yep.
Wow,
it's crazy. That thing got laid.
Come on, Home Improvement.
Yeah. So I'll give you some of mine. Like my number 1, I guess, was probably Diehard. I love Diehard, and there I know. Wait
a minute. So we're classifying Diehard as a Christmas movie?
100%.
How is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
It is a 100% Christmas movie. The whole plot is around Christmas. Bruce Willis, we got introduced as Bruce Willis as the action star in this movie. Like, he literally, a New York cop, coming home to L.A. where he was living, but he was separated from his wife, coming home to meet her at work at her Christmas party at the Nagasaki Towers. And while at this Christmas party, the building itself was taken over by terrorists. Bruce Willis, being the bad boy that he is, that we found out, right, takes them all out barefoot. And you want to talk about the one-liners that Bruce Willis came up during this whole scenario?
But where does the Christmas part come in?
It was a Christmas party during Christmas time at the Christmas holiday. It was actually Christmas night or something, or Christmas Eve or something, because all the cops were like hard to get there. It was a excellent movie, and it was Christmas.
You know what's so funny though? When you posted your favorite, a bunch of people said Die Hard is their favorite Christmas movie. Let us know in the comments if you think Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Die Hard is absolutely a Christmas movie, and
that is wild.
That's like movie trivia. People use that and win stuff with movie trivia.
Okay, all right.
So Die Hard this Christmas with the first one that Will Packer produced.
Will Packer,
with
Chris
Idris,
Brown,
David Banner, Chris Brown,
yes.
Columbus Short, Lauren London.
Lauren London was yeah.
She played the girl. She played the daughter. Mm-hmm. Delroy Lindo was the dad.
This was a big deal.
This was a major
when Will
big
Packer
deal.
came out with this one, this was a big deal.
It was, because it was such an ensemble, and everybody was the shit.
Yeah,
everybody was dope.
Yeah,
it wasn't nobody in that movie that you didn't want to see and did not deliver. Everybody delivered.
Yeah,
everybody. This was like the first time Idris really was starting to get that mainstream movie star movement going with Will and working that thing out. Banner did a great job playing the thug, the bad guy.
Oh yeah.
Chris Brown, man, he was.
I loved.
He
Chris
was electric.
Brown.
You know what I'm saying? Columbus Short. I mean, these guys like.
It was definitely an ensemble cast.
Definitely a nice watch.
All stars.
Nice
it was a great watch.
And then, of course, I mentioned National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And the other one was...
Elf.
That Elf with
Will Ferrell.
Now, I guarantee the Elf is probably on a lot of people's list as one of the tops. Is because that movie...
Has to be.
It's gut-busting laughter. If you really want... If you're feeling depressed at any point in your life, at any time of the year, seasonally, it doesn't matter if it's the middle of the summer, put the Elf on and you're gonna feel better. It's just what it is, man. It's the stupidest slap. But it makes sense. It's hilarious. And it's basically the story of Buddy. His name was Buddy, right?
What's his name, Buddy?
I think it was Buddy. And he was like a grown up elf. He was too big than normal. It was the funniest movie ever. He was trying to find his way. He found out he was adopted from the North Pole, came home and wanted to get back with his parents. Hilarity ensemble. Hilarity ensues.
Hilarity.
It is hilarity. And my last one was I had to put my own in there. Marry Me for Christmas.
Maybe you have so many. You should have put one in there. But I put
the first one. I put the first one who basically got me into the Christmas world. Rhonda Baraka, director. Shout out to the Rhonda Baraka, the writer, and she directed maybe 4
I worked
of them.
with Rhonda. I worked with her on Downsize.
Yeah, she did. We did 5 of those movies, 5 Christmas movies in that series alone. So I got a big chunk.
Oh, right so there. You have that's like a franchise.
Yeah, that's
right
a
there.
franchise. That's a franchise. And my fans, I hear you guys. I produce now a lot, and do not take it out of the way that we may bring the Chandlers back.
Well, put your sister in there because
you got
ain't done a Christmas movie yet.
Yeah, I got your other Christmas movie. We gonna get in there. We gonna get to it. And that's my top 5. She got hers.
So my last one would be Stepmom.
With
Susan Sarandon and Julia Roberts.
Yep.
Now, one may not classify this in totality as a Christmas movie.
Yeah, that was about to say. Was that really a Christmas movie, or was that more just like a family drama?
If you get Diehard, I get Stepmom.
No. Did they even have Christmas decorations?
They did. They had a Christmas scene where, so basically, it's about a terminally ill woman who has to deal with her ex-husband and the new lover, and they have kids and they're co-parenting. So yes, there was Christmas came up, and it's like, what do we do for a holiday?
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So Susan Sarandon and Julia Roberts, phenomenal, nice watch, and I watch it every year around Christmas time because it makes me feel, I don't know, it's just nostalgic. And I'm like one of those weird people who likes to be sad. Like when I'm sad, I like to be sadder. I read a quote on Instagram. It was like, what did it say? It said, some of you are so dramatic. If you're already sad, why would you turn the lights off and light a candle? It's like, I'm that person. If I'm already sad, I'm turning the lights off. I'm lighting a candle.
You're going to live it.
I'm going to live in it.
You're going to live in it for me.
I am going to live in this moment. And I think Stepmom, it just makes me cry. It's such a phenomenally written script and story, and the acting is amazing. Susan Sarandon, Julia Roberts. And there is a scene where there is a Christmas tree, and they're celebrating Christmas.
You're not about to cry now, are you?
No.
Okay, I'll see you getting there. I mean,
no, because I can bring them. But yeah, that is a movie that I watch every holiday season.
Love it,
Stepmom.
Love it. We actually watched National Lampoon's yesterday with the family, the kids, and
did the kids like it?
Yeah, they did. Like Lola finally got into it. She was like, wait a minute, is that? I'm like, yeah, now you're in.
I got you.
Me and Terry was up there cracking up like we was kids, of course. So. That was a good experience, and again, yeah. So that's our round out of top 10.
Oh wait, no, there was one more. I had one more.
How many we got?
It was from my childhood. Nightmare Before Christmas. Nightmare Before Christmas. But speaking of satanic, there's a lot of imagery in there, but I didn't know that as a child. Now watching it as an adult, I'm like, ooh, this is a little demonic.
Yeah.
But as a child. And I was born in 1987 for those of you who are like, wondering.
Hilarious.
Nightmare Before Christmas, definitely in my top. I could still watch that to this day.
Well, I'll throw in something that was
it?
an honorable mention. I did not see Nightmare Before Christmas, I don't think.
It was a little after your time.
It was a little after my time, but throw one in there, just honorable mention. We talked about it before we started shooting, was Scrooge with Bill Murray. And we talking about spiritual.
Oh, Bill Murray, yeah.
Where he's visited by he played Scrooge, and he got visited by the 3 ghosts, and he found his redemption in his own badness, which is always a good trope story that always gets redone over and over again. Yeah. But Bill Murray was amazing at that time. You know, he was Bill Murray at the time. He already did Ghostbusters.
Bill Murray was that guy.
Yeah, he was. He was that Caddyshack. He killed it.
You did Ghostbusters. You were that guy.
Oh yeah, I mean
Ghostbusters was it.
Bill Murray, Ghostbusters, that first one. They have tried to redo that.
Yeah,
but they cannot match.
Can't recreate that synergy.
Can't match that chemistry with those four.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those four were classic dudes, man. Dan Aykroyd. What was it? Dan Aykroyd? Yeah.
Which role if you were in that movie, which role would you have wanted to play?
I would have loved to be Bill Murray's character.
Of course.
Bill Murray's character was more like me than any of them. Like, he was the guy who didn't take a lot serious. You know what I'm saying? He had the bravado. He was the big kid of the group. I usually fall into that lane. Karan he's gonna have a good time regardless if you're having one or not.
Oh, one thing about Karan, baby. Karan's gonna have a good time whether you having a good time or not. Karan is, and this is honestly one of my favorite things about you. I love that Karan is 1000% himself in any room. I don't care if Joe Schmo is in the room. I don't care if the president is in the room. Karan is gonna be Karan, and that is one of his best traits to me, is that he is going to be authentically himself in any room, whether you like it or not, babe.
Yeah, it's not my problem.
Whether he's rubbing you the wrong way, whether you think he's too loud, whether you think he's too dramatic, it don't matter.
Yeah.
He's going to be him, and I love that about him. I would not change it. I would rather a million Karans around me any day than people who switch up for the room. Any day.
Well, you know what that's called? That's called the pot calling the kettle black is what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that I admire about you. It's the same thing you admire about me. It's the same exact. We're mirrors.
We're
mirrors.
That's why we vibe.
Like people, there's times when I can see you getting under people's skin around us.
Oh, for sure.
And I usually just dig in with you.
For sure. I'm gonna dig right on in with you. Ooh, look at him. He's you're bothered.
Yeah, Ernestine. What about that time?
You are bothered, and I don't care that you are bothered.
I love that you're bothered because now we got some good energy going. Now we can have a real party. You know what I'm saying?
I rather people who live in their 100% truth any day than people who switch up, people who waver, because I don't know who you are.
Well, because those kind of people end up getting you missing. Like, if I don't know who you're going to be, we walking down a dark alley, like, I'm concerned.
I'm concerned.
Like, I don't know who you're going to be in every situation. I can't really roll with you.
Well, I mean, in all like, just honesty, in all seriousness, it's like, I can't trust you. At least with you, I can trust what Karan's going to say or do in this situation.
And everyone you know.
And I can vouch for it.
And you know it's going to happen.
But there are some people who I'm like, I don't know what they would do in this situation. They might switch up. Depending who's talking. Depending who's dangling the carrot.
Who got a camera up, depending on whatever they gonna do some stunts.
Yes.
I call them stunts.
Stuntman.
Stuntman.
You are a stuntman.
Yeah, you are a stunt man.
I don't want to be in bed with the stuntman.
I don't want to be stunting out here with you,
I don't want to be stunting like my daddy.
No way, no how.
I'd rather deal with people who live 100% in truth. And it's like, at the end of the day, all of us are going to rub people the wrong way. All of us are going to get under people's skin. But actually, the more truthful people are likely to get under people's skin than the person who's pretending and wants to be liked by everybody.
Yeah.
And will say anything just to be accepted and be liked.
Yeah. And what you end up finding, living the way you and I live, we our parents put a lot of confidence in us, so we live that way. But it also frees everybody up to do their thing. Like,
yes.
I'm not concerned about nothing you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm really fully focused on what Karan is doing.
Yeah.
And how we rolling. Like,
and it's inspiring when you see someone living in their truth and walking in their truth, no matter what anyone thinks about it. It makes you want to be like, oh, well, let me walk in my truth a little bit more too. You know what I mean?
It's like that poem, man. It's not our light. It's not a darkness that fears people. It's the light.
Yeah.
Giving your fullness to the world is what scares people.
Yep.
And in this world we live in now, it feels like it's even more oppressive than ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With the cancel culture, with if you say something against a certain group of people that they don't like,
you can't say anything.
And that be anybody.
Yeah.
That's not even, well, you could talk about us and you still not gonna get in any kind of trouble.
Yeah, that's a fact. You ain't getting no type of trouble.
You ain't getting no smoke.
No type of smoke
over here talking about us.
No.
But anything else outside of that, you have to really kind of monitor yourself based on this world we live in now. And I think that's doing the world a disservice because, like you said earlier, it creates the differences is what creates the dialogue.
Yeah.
For us to experience each other's cultures and experience each other's differences is where the love is at to me. That's where the sweet stuff is at. Like, who wants to hang out with somebody who thinks completely like them constantly all the time? Like, you got siblings, I got siblings. I used to hate when my dang on little brother would wait for me to order what I was eating at dinner, then he'd get the same thing. It used to drive me crazy.
It's like, why don't you get something different so we can switch and I can have somebody, you can have some.
Well, just do you, man. Don't wait for me. Like, I don't want none of yours. You're not getting none of mine. So just do you. But that's the world we live in now, man. It's a shame. But in any kind of world you live in, you always got Christmas movies that you can escape and get into some jolly, festive, laughing energy. And I think this is the time of year that we should do that and never forget what the season really is about, man. It's about reconnecting with your people, your family, your friends, that we get caught up in the hustle or bustle of the year.
Yeah.
And this is a great time, like I always say, to rejuvenate and rest.
Yeah.
And take that serious.
Rejuvenate, rest, reconnect with people, reconnect with yourself, reconnect with family. This is a time for family, and this is time for love, and time for all the feels and to feel good. So hope you guys had an amazing week as we push through to the new year. Set some clear intentions, set some clear goals for who you want to be in life. Get centered and grounded with the truth of who you are. Have some clear career goals. Have some clear spiritual goals. Have some clear behavioral goals. Like, there's some of us need to get rid of some behavioral patterns, and myself included. Get rid of all of that and walk into 2024 with a new spirit, a renewed mind. Listen, if you need to get in a good mood this weekend,
we gave you a ton of movies.
We gave you a ton of movies, a bunch of nice watches. It's a Christmas spirit. We gave you our top 10, and I'm still riding with Stepmom as my Christmas movie. So we will see you in 2024.
Yeah, see you in 2024. And I shade everything you said. I believe it.
Yes.
Love you, man.
Yes,
it's been
love
a
you
good
too.
Run, man. Can't wait to 24. Nice
love you
watch.
too, man. Nice watch. All right, Social Proof Podcast Network. We will see you next Friday, the first Friday of the year. And we are out.
Out, yeah.